Well, hello there. It's Eric, the human Swiss Army knife. You haven't seen my face much because I usually like to dig in and get all of this stuff done without loading me up with my face and everything like that and just showing you the meat. But today we're going to have a little bit different forum on this. We're going to have a fireside chat, maybe a little coffee, and we're going to talk to you about the Starlink Mini, the ins and outs, and the Starlink flat panel high performance. Now, I started out with the flat panel high performance last year, and I went on the road and I put that on top of my RV, and 24/7 we had internet. It was amazing. I absolutely loved it. The only thing I did do was I had a small converter that was like this, but it was a 300 watt converter, and I had that plugged into the coat closet, and both the power supply and the router connected to there, and 24/7 it was on because we had good batteries and solar. So that is one way to go. I really resisted the Mini because I really didn't understand it, and I ordered one about 2 months ago. Absolutely love it. If you have not bought one of these, you will soon. The router, the array, everything is all in this one panel. And it only draws like 120 watts at the most, which is nothing. The other one is like 340 to 500 watts. And of course, you're going to not get as good of coverage, but you know what? If you're just traveling, you don't really care. You just want to be able to text and call people, and when you're stationary, you find the best spot and you get a good connection. And it's so portable. I want to show you a couple things that are really cool. First one was I was putting it on top of my car. I had the flat panel when we went to Northern California, the high performance 22-inch flat panel on there, hooked in my car. By the way, the Acura MDX is awesome because all the electrical hookups and fuses and things like that, or a lot of them, are right in the back in the extra compartment. So you can put a nice set of connections there and run it right up to the roof. You're done. It worked really well. You could also take it and drag it out 200 feet if you wanted to. But this thing, oh my gosh. First, I want to show you the best thing that I've ever seen. And that is, this is Milwaukee Battery, the fuel, M18. Snaps in there, same plug as your plug for your Starlink, and you're done. You can put this on a mount, you can set it on the table, you can be out in the park this way for hours. It's amazing. So that's item one. Item two is in here. There's actually a network cable in there, and a RJ45 jack that you can hook in, and you can probably set up your own router. You can do some other things with it, or take a direct connect there to your whatever you're using. Nobody does that anymore. They all do wireless. It's 90% wireless. So I'm going to tell you a couple of things. I bought this case on Amazon. Love it. You'll see it around. I'll probably try to link it to you so you can see it. The case fits. Everything fits in here. Power supply, everything except for the battery. I didn't put that in there. But the Starlink comes with the case, a little mount. I don't have that with me right now. It's just a little plastic mount that you can set. It's also got a pole mount on it too, so you can mount it on a pole on your RV, so you don't have to go buying anything else. It has a 100, I think it's 100 or so watt adapter, and it's got that same kind of plug that you have for the lithium battery, the Milwaukee Battery. So basically what you're doing is the plug that goes into here, you just plug right into here, and then you take the other end, which it gives you a choice of like USB-C or this plug, depending on what else you have going. So basically what I'm showing you is you plug this in to your wall or whatever, and you can set this at home or on the side of the house or what have you. But I did this mainly for the cars. So what I did was, I didn't find that 12 volts worked well on this. I really didn't. And it has a little 12 volt adapter, but it makes kind of a marginal thing for you, marginal performance. It needs, like this is a 30 volt adapter. Does that tell you anything? So I'm thinking that more than 12 volts, 18 volts, which is this, it works fine with 18 volts. So I experimented, did a lot of experimenting to try and save you guys a lot of time. And that is, I just bought myself a little 150 watt inverter, just a small one, okay? So I made a male plug and a female plug for this, so it plugs right into the female plug. And then this plugs into there, and now you've got your power for your Starlink. And you can put that on the roof, you can put it wherever you want, because you're using 12 volts. So that's the thing I suggest you do. So I'll try and put these links on this video, so you can see what you need and what I recommend. So that's this adapter. There's all kinds of different adapters you can buy for this. This is just a standalone. They make ones with a stand and everything else. It's fancy. But if you're traveling, which we're going to be going to Italy, I'm going to just bring what I have here. Now, comes down to roof mounts. 4-magnet roof mount. When I first looked around, I looked for what I thought was the best mount. Now, I had a magnetic mount on my high performance flat panel, so I knew that I want the ones with a rubber edge on it. And you got to keep these real clean, or if you leave it for a few days, you could rust your roof if you're not careful. So I bought this one. If you look carefully, this is what it looks like, okay? And I absolutely hate this. And I'll tell you why. Because when you go to slide it in, there are two little tabs here that have to make contact or it will slide out. More than likely, it may catch one, but it's very inconsistent. And then to take it out, you literally need a screwdriver to lift that up on both sides to get this out. So, no thank you. So I'm not going to list that one. I'm going to list this one. This one was $69, and I love it. I absolutely love it. Now watch how easy this goes on. Okay, if I get this right. You hear it click? You didn't hear it click, but it did click. And how do I take it off? I lift up here and pull down, I'm done. Okay, it's a nice aluminum frame, feels like aluminum frame. These magnets are great. They're almost all the magnets are the same, so you're not going to get too much variation in them for the Mini. And just put this on your roof, connect it up, and you're done. I really hope that this helps you, because I went through a lot of iterations to get this done, and it wasn't easy. So maybe I can save you a little bit of time. I would suggest that you buy the plug that has not only the 12 volt plug, it has 3-in-1, and then the other end is going into your Starlink. So it has 3-in-1. And of course you can drag the simple one by yourself that it comes with. I believe it comes with this. And you can connect up. And then they have one that is this connector, this plug, to the same plug on both sides. So it's just a shorty with both, one on each side. I'm not using that one because I like these two. These two are great solutions. So that's about it. If you have any questions, you can hit me up. But I hope this really helps you with your Starlink. Oh yeah, by the way, one more thing. Starlink is $50 for 50 gigs, okay? You're gonna blow through 50 gigs pretty fast if you're watching TV or doing stuff, you know, or movies or what have you. And it's $165 a month if you don't. And you wanna make it roaming, because if you don't make it roaming, then you can't turn it on and turn it off. So 4 months out of the year when you're camping and what have you, you can turn it on and you can turn it off. I haven't really tried the 50 gigs. I remember I dealt with something like this with T-Mobile, and I went over all the time. I think with Starlink in the high performance, I was using like 300 gigs. So, and it's $2 a gig or something like that afterwards. So if you're not sure, start out with the 165 first, and then you'll know whether you're going to be using it, you know, using over the 50. And maybe when you're just traveling and I use it for work mainly, so I can be anywhere, anytime as a tech, and I support about 40 people. So it really is wonderful. And I'm going to take this to Italy with me when we go. So when we rent a car, we could be out in the country and know where we are and make phone calls and all kinds of other stuff with our regular service. So because we have Verizon, I don't know if it's changed, but it was very expensive and you only got a certain amount of bandwidth a day that just never worked. And so we were like having to conserve. There's nothing worse than conserving your bandwidth to use it for just things that you got to use it for, and then when you run out you can't. So that's it. If you have any questions, hit me up. If you like what you see, scribble on the bottom, and check the bell, because you never know what you're going to get. And I'm doing this from Southern California right now because where we live part-time in Idaho, it's pretty cold out there, but it's great. So the rest of the country, Midwest and the East right now in this time, is just in an ice cube, and I feel real bad for you guys. So look at me, t-shirt and pants. Oh gosh. Anyway, thank you. Blessed. See you later.